Hello and welcome to today's sim. I, 1 second, please. It's Saturday. I thought it's Sunday. So today's Saturday, and yeah, today there's this um, from training stream for the upcoming team, or yeah, team tournament, and I'm not sure about the rest. I'm kind of forgotten what I wanted to say already multiple times. So we'll see how that works out. Oh yeah, the rules are 1k and 0 peacetime, so things are going to go off a little bit faster. Not as fast as usual because it's 1000 resources, but still fast enough to not sleep away or die of old age because it's so slow. No, it will go away, go down quite fast. It's an all-out Saxony game. I don't know why, and I don't request why, the knowledge of why. I just say it's okay and look at it. Hmm. There's a musket in Jack or Jackers, patrol army or scouting army, but that's probably just a misbuild, as he hasn't made any more. I'm sorry, that was a rude interruption on my side, but now I'm back again. Hmm. And I'm starving. I just got my dinner and I can't eat it. So let's hope that this game is going to be over fast. Otherwise, I might just die of starvation, which is logical because this is the UCSR, the Union of Colorful Socialist Republics, and therefore hmm, food is rare. Looks like a first pack engagement at the base of Valley, and it doesn't look too good for Valley, as Zeet has tried to help him, but they still failed against the pikes of. I think this is Sea of Citizens. Looks like there's also something on the other side, but I don't know if it already happened or will still happen. I didn't quite look at that side, to be honest. But citizens caused some destruction. Well, not destruction, but damage in the base of Valley. So that's good for him, I guess. This ally is actually coming way too late to be any helpful support. But it looks like Zeetz doesn't have any guards. So it's probably going to be extremely devastating. Actually, nobody has any. Apart from Collar having some guards on his mines. And Vale also some on his mine. But otherwise the guards are pretty few. And going to be a bad time if they don't fix that. I suppose the capture is fully on, so that these peasants cannot fight for themselves. Vale's men appear to have some sort of weakness deficit. They are probably not Saxon, probably Italian mercenaries, as they have lost another battle, but now they are trying to strike back in a more, well, failing matter. But there's Seeds, and this amount of siege Cossacks, even though it's just siege Cossacks, should be able to deal with those spikes quite easily indeed. Seeds didn't take any damage from that raid, apart from one gold mine that looks like had a foundation place got destroyed, but most likely no real economical damage right there. That's nothing that you could say about Valle. He lost 3 of his gold mines. They are very close to the enemy placement. Placed to the enemy, I mean. Sometimes the RNG about the mines is just biting you in the ass. That's normal and that's fine as well. A big mercenary army from the brown player. Very poorly managed. The archers are just getting completely cut into pieces by the siege Cossacks from Z. And the mercenary round shears don't look too organized either, so they are going to fall quickly as well, I guess. Yes, they are no match even for the Italian mercenaries, which might have actually become better now. I'm not sure. The economy of Valle looks completely destroyed. Damn, the left side is way more interesting than the right side. I'm sorry that I'm just looking at the left side, but it's just more interesting in my opinion. Oh, there's an infantry attack on the right side. Oh, so let's look at that. Siege Cossacks attacking the infantry, taking losses. Very inefficient. Shouldn't really attack strong melee units with Siege Cossacks, as they're just going to cut them all in half. Except if there's pikes right behind them. Then they are going to be devastating, because if you turn around to attack the siege Cossacks, the pikes are just going to butcher you into pieces and give you a bad time, making you sit into the corner and cry. Jack, cause I kinda didn't see a lot of him this game, not even on the minimap. He might be new, might be not, who knows. Looks like the Call of it tried to kill pikes and he did it very sovereignly. Now King Albarki is falling back. Interesting, because he could deal damage with these pikes. Oh, and they got stuck on the mine and now they are getting absolutely sawed in half. Ouch, that hurt a lot. Oh, it also looks like King Avaki's base has actually been destroyed by Jackos, because King Avaki didn't have any guards. Damn, I'm taking everything back. Jackos seems to be pretty effective in this game. I didn't expect that, but it's surprising and at the same time kind of depressing. So that's it for King Avaki. He only has one gold mine left and two peasants that are just walking up to a ruiner. They are so ruined that they have to go up to the ruiner to not become completely ruined. That's some ruinception for you. And the citizens is attacking Vale's mines again with a big army, and Vale is completely out of position. So is Seeds. They apparently are too busy running away from Brown's army in the north and attacking Brown with some siege Cossacks, very effectively taking out this market. And Brown doesn't really care about retaking it, so that's his trading gone for a bit. Citizens mashing his way through Valley space. Now there's a big counterattack on Citizens' army, mashing them up because the pikes decided to follow a single pike while having a bunch of mercenary infantry on their back. Not very good. Apparently because they underestimated Runa, because now Runa is going to ruin Koller with some dragoons. Koller doesn't have any stables, so he should probably get some siege Cossacks to catch them while they're in the battle. Or Jackos does it, I don't know. Even no, Jackos doesn't actually have a diplomatic center right now. He's only building his academy, means that he is definitely a new player, I guess. Rather slow on building, but I guess it's fine. It's 1k, it takes some major training to get used to. In the meantime, Kolofit's entire attacking army has been brought down by these dragoons. That's mostly just round shear mercenaries and some spread out pikes, so you could have turned around and at least made them worth their while to kill some of the enemy instead of just being shot into pieces. Oftentimes, if you're chased by dragoons, most of your units won't get alive out anyway, so you can just make the most of it and weaken the enemy, in my opinion. Some people have different opinions. That's okay. After all, I can't force anyone to think like the way to think the way I do. Which would be really stupid. We are not in a fascist or communist regime. Latter is maybe debatable, as is the Call of the Union. But who knows? Now there's some dragoons of part of it, pushing back the army of Runa, because Runa actually has no army apart from his dragoons. While completely smashing up the brown siege Cossacks, which are just being charged into his pikes, which is extremely bad strategy, considering the brown army is back in the base, and frontal charges with siege Cossacks on units that can do melee are usually a bad idea. Ooh, that raid might hurt on the fall of it, but I think he got his eye on it. Surprisingly enough, there's a surprising low amount of peasants even before the raid. Now they are just completely gone. On the right side, in the meantime, Runa has been ruined. So Kolofit took quite heavy losses right there. And Runa still seems to have the firepower advantage. Ooh, this is promising to be interesting. As Jackas for some reason still doesn't have his diplomatic center. He's building an artillery depot with one peasant and a church with none. Yeah, I won't question that. But he dealt some damage, as Runa apparently forgot to retreat his hussars, not his hussars, his dragoons. But it looks like fun times are up for Valle. Indeed, trying to save him with some mercenary dragoons. In the north, still some military action going on. The last remaining men of Valle apparently, to a degree, engaging with citizens' army and just standing there as well, getting killed. And yeah, it's a bad time. They definitely got to turn up their momentum right now. They've kind of shot it in the foot somehow. I don't know how. Maybe better engagements. Maybe this enormous mass of dragoons from Runa, or the left side just paying no attention to what's going on around them. I'm not sure, but they are in a 4 versus 2 situation, kind of, and they lost their momentum. So now they have to play it good, I guess. Otherwise, they might still turn it around. I don't know how, and I'm not going to speculate on how, but it might happen or not. Looks like an engagement on Citizen's base. Citizens does not have any dragoons, so he's going to die. Indeed, if he doesn't get any very soon. He built some dragoons in stables and some grenadier and infantrymen mix in his diplomatic center, but that's just not going to suffice. He needs to only produce grenadiers, or at least make dragoons to counter the dragoons of Zeeds. At least he appears to somewhat win the melee engagement, at least in the north side. Going to be quickly negated because of the superior firepower. Now he's even sending in his peasants. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not, because I think the capture is fully on. So the peasants might as well be captured. I'm not sure, I haven't checked the rules, I was just completely focused on reading the stream chat during the lobby time. Yeah, it looks like that's probably game over now. Citizen still doesn't make a full army of. He's making dragoons now, but that's a little bit late, if you'd ask me. Because Zeetz has just completely shattered his army, and thus it's kind of become a 4 versus 1 now. In a way, Citizen is still alive, but he's majorly damaged, and he won't recover from this, I guess. As Vale is moving some men up now, and Zeet's army is also kind of arriving. But he needs to keep the pressure up, otherwise it might end very badly now. Or soon, at least, on the right side. Jack Coss is serving as meat shield. And Runa is just ruining the day with a bunch of firepower. Turn these grenadiers around, they are going to die. Ah, that hurts. It appears like Vala is somehow scared of the forces of Brown that are left over to the Brown base, which is actually funny because his army is like 2 or 3 times bigger. Plus he has the pike advantage. So if he doesn't completely botch this engagement, he won't lose in any case. And I doubt that he will, but he's retreating again. Come on, man. It's just a bunch of round shield and a 36 formation of pikes. You have like already got the amount of of pikes that he has in round shield. It's kind of hilarious in a way. And it looks like Zeets actually didn't keep the pressure up. And now there's going to be a big counter-offensive from citizens, and he has some dragoons now. Not as many as Zeets, but they might still inflict some bad damage. And Valet is setting priorities on killing the mines of Brown instead of attacking the main army. Reminds me of Stronghold Crusader AI. Oh, why kill the base? Let's just attack the outer economy. It's hilarious sometimes, but that's Cossacks. This is Cossacks, and I'm not here to talk about Stronghold. Nobody seems to have the 18th century yet. I don't see any advanced barracks or cavalry coming up, but people seem to prepare for that. I'm retarded, apparently. There is already 18th century, otherwise I wouldn't have said that. Because otherwise I wouldn't have said that, because the team of color couldn't see that the enemy team is not in the 18th century, which they probably are. I'm still standing next to me. I'm sorry. Looks like Valid finally decided to attack the ground forces, and because of him wasting so much time, he got actually smashed by citizens in return. He shouldn't have wasted so much time. That was a really bad move. Now Zed has to fight citizens alone, and I'm not sure who has more firepower. It looks like citizens is going to win this decisively, as he has pikes left and Zed only has infantrymen. And Zed is also forgetting to pull back his dragoons a bit. Oh, but Zed has musketeers. Maybe that's going to help. Looks like it does, but he still took a horrible amount of damage. Now Call of It has the color cannons. Could almost call him Cannon Fit. Or Cannon Fodder, who knows? Both might work. Then again, the Cannon Fodder is rather Jack Cost, and he's a poor cannon fodder, as he isn't even moving with color. Big engagement on your right. It is a 2 versus 1 situation, and Jack Boss is just now starting to move. Melee grenadiers might be beneficial, but for some reason the enemy side is just moving around like a headless chicken. So that with Jacko's arrival, they might just win. Because that's a nice amount of cannon fodder. I think it's time for the people to actually switch to round shears, for those who haven't. It's not my choice though. Citizens and the piece like Jackos still haven't switched. And Raleigh is not using his diplomatic center. No, he just started making some siege Cossacks and then made ground shears. Okay, that's good. But Color got destroyed. Against my prediction. Hope he at least managed to delete his cannons. That's a big amount of firepower that he isn't going to nullify anytime soon. And Zeetz is still a mile away. As well as Jackos just sending his peasants to death against a small detachment of dragoons. Runa is really ruining the day for Team Colorfit, as he appears to be the most efficient of his team. And it appears like Jackos actually has the 18th century barracks and he's just making pikes now. I personally would make muskets because the Saxon musketeers are pretty good. Especially as a firepower upgrade. Or support as such, I should say. Ooh, friendly fire with a cannon destroyed Call of Fit Town Hall and Smithy and probably as well the diplomatic center. As well as the enemy captured a Saxon Town Hall, leaving Call of Fit with one left that he just built up. Pardon me. Nah, he could have. Oh, he did use that situation to build a second town hall and then to just to capture the third one. So now Call of It is 3 town halls, which is going to benefit him. And for some reason, Runa just died. Runa just did he delete his buildings? I don't know what happened right there, and I didn't see anything happen. But somehow he just completely blew up into pieces, and I don't think it was a raid from Jackos. Or Zeetz. Or Vale, I think that Vale tried to raid citizens without real success. I'm really confused what happened there. And considering Runa still got a bunch of peasants left, I think that he accidentally deleted his buildings. Which can happen once in a while. After all, people like Call of It already managed to delete their entire army by accident, I think. I'm not sure. That's it's somehow in my memory. But as commonly known, I'm terrible at memory. So that can happen as well. You can accidentally destroy your buildings. Oh, no, apparently he was raided. Ah, my entire theory fell apart. Am I going to dissolve now? No, I'm not, but apparently Runa's going to dissolve. Now his day was ruined. And I think that on the long term he would have pulled it around with citizens on his side. And they would have perhaps even beaten Team Color. Mainly because of the American firepower advantage and because of the poor organization that us is sometimes being seen, probably due to Jackos not helping Colorfit in his main battle, or due to Valley completely being destroyed multiple times. I don't know for sure, but it might have happened. It might have happened. But at this point it's over. Definitely. That's it for this battle. And I'll be back at the next one. Welcome back. Yeah, welcome back. There's nothing much else to say, it's still the same rules and sort of the same teams. We had some switcheroo in Team 2. Now there's Fenrir, Art Muller, or Muller. I'm actually not sure if Pyro was the last. I've already forgotten. And Pepper is there on the Colorfit side. Gonna be interesting, I think. I'm not sure how good Art Muller is, but from a good player's perspective, I'd say there's 2 on Colorfit's team, 1 on the enemy team, 2 Mets on the enemy team, and probably 2 Mets on Colorfit's team. As I said, I don't know about Art Muller, but I'm just going to assume that he's a Met as well, so 3 Mets on their team. And then again, I'm not sure, he could also be a pro or not. Maybe one of them is actually pretty bad, or is going to perform bad, I don't know. Let's not make any assumptions for now, and see how that's going to work out. In the meantime, Call of Duty is just shouting around and saying careful. And we pause for some reason. Because Fenrir has peasant problems. Why is there a peasant in the top right? From Art Muller. Apparently. He doesn't look like he just went there. He must have, yeah. Apparently we have Mr. Hello now. Welcome. No, he didn't place a peasant there, so we can agree that Mr. Hello is here. Welcome to our humble stream, I guess. And yeah, please leave. Please leave the stream alone so we can have some nice games. So that they don't bother us, and then it's going to be a cool time. I don't know what's going to happen next. I bet next that there's going to spawn a bunch of unicorns or something like that. No, then I would just quit and I would just be done for today. And let's not hope that happens. Let's just hope that we have a nice, cool game. Or 2. Looking at the time budget, he might push in 2 games at this one. Well, carefully said only takes 30 minutes. Which it might not even. So, might even be 3 games, who knows? Depends on how fast people are going to die. A piece like Fenrir easily rated Pepper there. He took a gold mine and Pepper doesn't retake it. And well, now he does. Maybe I shouldn't be so fast with my words. All of its pikes seem to be vastly superior to the pikes of Art Muller or Art Müller. I don't know. Just a U. Yeah. Let's just say Art Muller. Even though some people like Cotter like to have multiple U's. Even though whilst not having multiple uses themselves. What a nice roast. It was not funny at all, but don't know. Apparently I've missed a nice battle on the right side, where Vale again got completely crushed. He should not rely on his Italian mercenaries. And something happened, I guess, I'm not sure what. Apparently he says that Fenrir's peasants are not working, but Fenrir is active. He's attacking Vale. Huh. Apparently Fenrir's peasants just randomly stopped working, and now something is pausing again, and it's a bug. Yeah, this game has a lot of bugs. It's what this game is some kind of known for, and it's probably already a meme that there's more bugs than actually playable content in this game. For some reason. Oh no, Fenrir is still in Vale's base. Probably going to smash up fleets now. Or soon at least. He is had killed 2 infantrymen, which was nothing actually. It's some excuse me, little papa, but I managed to catch it up. That's what's coming to you if you ate your dinner during the lobby break. Looks like Peppa's going for the brown player in a very disorganized manner, getting smashed up very easily. Actually, Peppa's pikes are vastly superior, which is surprising because he had a terrible engagement. But it's good, I guess. And now Peppa is out of brown space again. Meanwhile, Pirate is trying to... Oh no. Uh, Getting the fronts mixed up, combined with the colors of multiple people on the minimap. But yeah, Pirate is trying to help and um, never mind. Apparently Pirate is just going to sell Art Muller's booty for free cash. And now he's trying to Yarhar the army of Pepper and Collar, but well, he would have been better off staying on his own ship, I guess. not entering another one. Sometimes it's just not worth being a pirate. But there's one thing that people always will say, you are a pirate. And that's kind of true. As his name is Pirate. Okay, I'll stop. Now it looks like Fenrir is under pressure. And he doesn't have any dragoons compared to Zeetz. He has a massive... Jesus Christ, Windows Messenger, fuck off. I forgot what I wanted to say. So I won't say. It actually appears like Fenrir somehow managed to push back the forces of Zeetz without an engagement. Which is interesting. But on the other side, Color is already moving forward to attack Pirate. He just doesn't like when his British tea transports are being captured and probably thrown into the sea, because pirates are well known for drinking rum and not tea. Whilst he is defending against a raid from the brown player, who is completely failing at raiding, which is to be expected, because each Cossacks are really shitty at raiding, especially if the game is on 50 minutes, where Pikes usually have a quite decent melee defense. The best way to raid is probably with Hussars, but at this stage nobody has Hussars, which is making raids rather useless. If you have guards and only siege Cossacks that will attack you, you are not going to get far anymore. Except if you have 200. But who on earth already makes 200 siege Cossacks? That's like 10,000 gold. And they eat gold like mad, so not very vulnerable. Not vulnerable. Effective, cost effective, I mean. You could rather make 100 dragoons. I think dragoons cost 100 gold. Let's just say 100 dragoons and assume they cost 100 gold. I haven't used them in ages. And Fenris just unleashing, well, kind of Ragnarok on Valley. Probably a Fenrir wolf, which is something from Nordic mythology. Nobody needs to really know that, but I do for some reason. Probably because I like it. I could tell more about... I'm not going to tell more about that during the commentary. Maybe after. Not sure. Depends on how many people are actually interested in that. Looks like Color is trying to sneak past an army of pirates, but not happening. The pirate is poorly organized, with his infantrymen on one side and his pikes on another side. One side might get overwhelmed. I don't want to say anything, but the infantry side might get overwhelmed. So that's a 400 formation, which might actually be devastating in fact. And he's now consolidating and falling back. Yeah. And now he's getting siege Cossacks, and he's attacking back and getting siege Cossacks again. Consolidating forces, moving out and half of the infantry or all of the infantry is just chasing the siege Cossacks and getting completely smashed. So now Call of It has counter-entered the ship and taking over the rudder, making the old land lovers grab the poop. Apparently Fenrir can't quite believe that he lost in a 3 versus 2. Well, he has to think about it every time. I'm sure that he won't cry himself to sleep because of that. And the archers of Call of It sadly didn't manage to burn that market, or to inflict enough damage for it to take damage over time. But with this setup, they are going to easily run over them. It's a 2-4 versus 1, and Pirate, the captain goes down with the ship, I guess. And the ship is already run on an iceberg, so that's not really helpful. What I'm trying to say is that he's kind of crippled. This battle here is full of pirate jokes, and I love it. I'm sure that most of you will hate it, but well, I don't mind. As long as I'm having my sweet fun doing this, I'm sure that some people will enjoy it. And Beastly Pirate is trying to make a counter-offensive. Rather disorganized, but can't blame him. Raiders going face first into the infantrymen dying before the pikes even arrived, which is sad. They would have performed better with the pikes in front of them, but they still won. Which is surprising, probably because of the firepower support. But he defeated one half army. That's something fierce. But he won't really stand a chance against this incoming army. And that's it. Captain Pirate is being thrown into the river, or into the sea to be fed to the sharks. They need to eat after all as well. And next game should be coming soon, and I'll be then back there. So we are back, and it appears like Call of it instantly has some meat shield in front of him, which means that he will probably die last. If he dies at all. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how good Antoxa really is. He seems to be pretty okay though. Old man, uh, I'm a little bit biased against that, but we don't know. And the last one, don't know, probably Valley level, or a bit below that, or above that, not sure. Don't really care either. We'll see how that works out. It's still the same rules though, but this time it appears to be, as I have read in the few seconds that I was actually in the lobby, that this is the actual tournament settings. So we'll see how that works. If it works at all, which I think it will. Pardon me. This is zero peacetime, but for right now nobody seems to really be really keen on to go on any kind of offense, apart from scouting. But other than that, nothing is really happening at the moment. Might change soon, or might not, who knows. Maybe people are going to play muskets or not, which I highly doubt, as this is, well, zero peacetime, 1000 resources, so why should anybody go for instant muskets? It makes no sense. I would say that a good time to go for muskets in this mode might be 20 or 30 minutes. Depending on your own taste, of course. I don't really play this mode at all, as I'm already bad enough at zero peacetime. I don't really need to handicap myself even further by only playing with 1000 resources, which I can barely even do at 15 peacetime, so no thank you. Really no. It appears like there's the first offense going on onto Pepper, perhaps? Well, it's definitely... No, never mind, they are just going past him. I actually confused the blue pigment for the um, turquoise bat. Or I don't know how that color is actually called in English. It's definitely not teal. Teal is a bit brighter, I guess. This is probably some kind of light blue. Ironically, what people call white in this game is actually teal, not white at all. But enough of the talk about colors. Apart from the color fit, of course. Who can't talk enough about him? You can, but not right now, I guess. As he's trying to protect Valley against some, I suppose. And I think that he's actually taking over Valley's mines. He's effectively handicapping Valley while reinforcing himself, which is arguably a good thing because I don't want to censor Rose, but honestly, Call of It is just better than Valley. He needs resources more, to be honest. He can make some more upgrades and be a good striking force, while Valley only loses a bit of his economy, okay, but don't we all have to deal with that? No, it appears like Color just destroyed the gold mine, which is making the gold production a bit bad, because now nobody can use it for a few minutes, I guess. I think 1 or 2 minutes takes it to despawn where it was fully built. And 1.5 minute when it was under construction. Not sure about that. But now there's a rather... Is this a raid or is this a... No, there's also defense. But Pepper tried to raid the light blue player with some siege Cossacks, but got destroyed by an even bigger amount of siege Cossacks. Pepper is going on the offense, which is a good thing, because I think that he's the only one who's ever gone on an offense in this game on Color's side. Might need to change that, as Color always likes to say. I don't know. Oftentimes it's just a situation of goes into one ear, goes out of the another ear, or the second ear. But I think he likes to say it's about being on the offense. When he's using his siege Cossacks to frontally attack some infantrymen, dealing a bit of damage, but also losing some siege Cossacks. I'm not sure if that was worth it, but it did a bit of damage. That's okay. It looks like Pepper is having no success on his side. Being attacked by peasants even. Actually, he's having a bit of success. He destroyed the army of old men to a bigger extent, but he also lost his entire army himself. Now he's being raided by the light blue player. And Pepper is pulling back his peasants, which is a good thing because I think captures on. He also lost a sizable portion of his own base though, his academy, his town hall, the town hall and the market he lost were actually recaptured. Yes, they were. The academy was blown up. That's a shame, but placeable. It's not that expensive compared to the rest. It looks like the light blue player just kind of killed a bunch of his siege Cossacks on some gold mines, which yeah, he managed to destroy them, so that's good for him, I guess. But now he's trying to attack Carlos gold mines, which have a way bigger garrison. Don't think he's going to live through that. No, he didn't. He lost all of his leftover siege Cossacks while only killing one pike, and halfway destroying the second. Now the light blue player is being questioned why he didn't destroy the town hall and market of Pepper. I think that he just didn't pay any attention. Or he just ignored it. Or he was too slow. Everything is possible, we will never know if he doesn't answer. Apparently Colourful is going to try and give them a taste of their own medicine by trying to raise Antoxa now. But deflected. And probably, well, his siege Cossacks got out of there for now. And Beppa is trying to once more make an attack onto Old Man. He's reforming his army because he was very disorganized. And some infantrymen are going to try and take over that one gold mine, which is going to be a definite success. I don't think that Old Man is paying any attention. He doesn't. It's been taken over. On the right side, Antoxa is fighting with Collar, but Collar is going to win. And Beppa also won on his side. But there's some backup forces from Old Man coming back into town. They were probably going to attack Beppa themselves. Didn't really succeed right there. Old Man appears to have lost all of his peasants. So now there's no more old men in his country. Which was not just a reference to a Hearts of Iron 4 achievement, no country for old men. It was also a very bad joke, but I think you got that all. And I love it. It appears like Valle and Colorfit are trying to make a tricky maneuver onto Antoxa now, which works out because Antoxa's army is actually following Colorfit to an extent, where Valle can just march in there. Beppa has been pushed back by the united forces of Old Man and the light blue player. Valle just ran over a gold mine, took a bit of damage because the gold mine got blown up in desperation. Which is okay, because captures on, you can treat your gold mines just like you treat your coal and iron mines, treating them as land mines, because they're gonna get captured anyway, they just stand there after being cleared, basically. And Antoxa now has a sizable defense force on his base, hiding behind some mines, while Val is just walking around in front of them, which is not going to have him at all. He needs to go around them, not into them, or in front of them. So that's key how he's going to lose this attack. While Colorfit still manages to bait Antoxa's forces around the globe. Could almost say that he baited them in 80 days around the globe. And now Colorfit is sending another force onto Antoxa in a very poor formation, which he's going to fix immediately. Now it's better. Might even win like this. He seems to have more pikes ready. Probably even better upgraded, I'm not sure. And there's some siege Cossacks softening up the infantry force. Oh. Yeah, this is good. He's probably waiting for Valle's reinforcements or meeting up with... No, he's going in. This looks good. It looks very good. The infantrymen just cannot deal with the pikes, which are probably maximum defense and attack by now. And maybe even the Kuras, or even two, who knows. I do not, for everything's sake, And Valley is starting to make some dragoons. So is Pepper. Not so is Color, which is confusing me. But it might just be the case that he actually saved up for the Kuras, which is going to be very helpful in melee engagements. But if you're going to just get shot down by dragoons, it's just going to happen. And that's what Valley and Pepper are probably trying to prevent. If there is any enemy dragoon. Or grenadiers. Who knows? Maybe even both. Now there's Koloff is making archers, and no, he's making dragoons now. Following his allies' example. Which is a rare thing to see. From anybody, to be honest. Everybody likes to bake their own bread, which I can understand. I do so myself. And now Peppa is on the back foot. Or on the black foot, but I don't know if he's in America yet. And apparently Antoxa is not trying to wall off the forces of Color and Valle, which is having no success at all, because they are just going to go through the middle breach that they instantly project in the wall, because the wall can't be built on enemy troops, just consolidating the forces even more, making them even deadlier for Antoxa, basically making his life even worse than it already is. It needs to be used properly, not like this. He just sears his own grave like this. Look how many forces of Valle there are left. So yes, it can be helpful, but it also can really shoot you in the own foot really hard. Now Wepa is going to try and strike back the forces of the right blue player and old man. No success, because there's just too many and grenadiers and dragoons, and he doesn't have enough at all. So what's now going to happen, I assume, some kind of blitzkrieg action from Valle, from Valle's leftover forces. That kind of power of action would be really good, because at the moment he could just rush into light blue's base and wipe him out completely. And also considering light blue almost has no grain on his field, he might also run out of food and out of economy, therefore it will be even better. And I think that's exactly what Valle is going to do. He's going to rush in and basically wipe him out, and then blitz up to Old Man probably. If he manages to do that effectively, and if he pulls it off properly, of course, it's going to be a big damage. Really big. And this also depends on if Old Man doesn't send down any dragoons, which he's just collecting on his base right now. He's not moving them at all. And the light blue player is completely forgetting to delete his building before Valle can use them, but Valle is blowing them down up. I think that Valle could have used them for a small economy boost for a short while, especially since he captured the smithy. Light blue wasn't able to make any more units, so he could have made a few peasants and at least get 100 food in, even though it might be useless. But I would have probably done it. In the meantime, it looks like Color is completely smashing up the forces light blue that are left over. And from the looks of it, this means that light blue is completely wiped out now. A deserved fate for somebody who failed at raiding this bad. But okay. Now Valle is going to do exactly what I predicted, and he's going to blitz on to Old Man, who is prepared though, so that's a thing that he has to keep in mind. His army is well organized at the moment. For some reason, it's still close to itself, and he's burning down a smithy. Not sure whose smithy, but probably Antox's smithy. But he needs to get out of that before he blows his own men up, which just happened, and he lost like 10 pikes and 3 dragoons or so. Nothing too major, but it still hurts in this situation. But it looks like with Old Man constantly falling back more and more, he's at least distracting his economy, which is going to already help the team. Because then it's already a 3 versus 1 and Old Man has already lost. Some grenadiers have been mashed up in the north of Old Man's base, and Vale has fallen back. Don't know what happened to his pikes, didn't see it, but he still has his dragoons left behind, or behind his base, behind Old Man's base. He's going to move back in and try to attack from the back side. Almost sounds like the Soviet Union and Poland during the Second World War, but that's not the point. This is all Saxony. All of it is attacking the army of Old Man with a lot of success, probably due to the archer support and the dragoon support. I think that Fowler was outnumbered there, but the archer fire and grenadier and dragoon fire made it work for him in the end. And I don't know what's going to happen next. We are rather close to the point where we usually stop. But I guess a call of it will update you. No, he's going to make one more. Hopefully it keeps up this kind of action, otherwise I might just die in the end. are back for the last game for today. Um, yeah, almost everything is the same. I think the same players are here, but I think especially enjoyable for you, Michael. Pirate is back in this game, and he's playing, and you know what that means. Pirate jokes, and I know how you love them. Anyway, let's see how that works. Still the same rules. Luckily, this is the last game, otherwise I would kind of get sick of it already. And everybody is Saxony again. We could almost call it the Saxon Saturday. Or the Saxon Day. It doesn't look like Pirate is actually up to the game. Maybe somebody stole his bottle of rum. At least he looks very slow actually. He only got his barrack up right about now, while the rest is already sending pikemen around everywhere. It appears that the peasant capture is off, indeed, which is a good thing for Pirate. Otherwise the ship would have just been captured now. And a pirate without a ship is merely a bandit. Or raider. Depends on what you expect. But his ship is not going to sink just now. He'll be able to raid another harbor. For that, I guess. Now the pirate peasants have just deflected a raid on a gold mine. Quite funny. But I guess it makes sense. There's some immense pressure on Pirate. Probably very fatal to the situation that he kind of started late into the game. He didn't have any pikemen on the first attack already, and now he's on the basically ass position, where you just get punched left and forth, or blue and green, punch blue and green, which is a German saying, but anyway. And some spectators just randomly writing into the game. I don't appreciate that, because it disrupts my concentration. I hope this is not going to happen again. Because I can imagine that it also distracts the player's attention. Or concentration, should I say. Luckily, Color is a master at ignoring me, so I'm not distracting him. That was a nasty gold mine explosion from the light blue player against Ballet. Come on, stop writing into the game. I'm trying to be everywhere at the same time, having my eyes everywhere. Jesus Christ. Oh, Vale captured a gold mine from Old Man. I don't know how he didn't notice that, but this gold mine is empty now. The peasants are fighting back, lifting their shackles and strangling their former oppressors with it. Okay, that's a bit dark, but it's kind of true. As I think the gold mine is going to be blown up soon, if Vale cares about damaging his economy and not just distracting him for a second or so. Looks like he's just going to distract him for a second. Yep, the gold mine is back in control and it's going to be refilled immediately. There's Peppa with some siege Cossacks. And there's the old man mine with 2 pikes on it, and this is early in the game, so the raids are actually still effective. The pikes don't have enough defense to compete with the siege Cossacks just now, and so old man is losing economy, a lot of it, and losing pikes, a few of them, not a lot. And there's Call of it in the base of Sokolu, and there's Sokolu siege Cossacks which prevent it. Actually, I don't know how, but Call of it appears to perform very well in this engagement. Well, there was quite a bit of damage. I think the pirate ship has been captured. Captain Pirate is now off duty, I guess. Captain Pirate, could almost call him Captain. How was this guy called again that tried to hunt this big white whale? Captain Ahab? That guy, or whatever his name is. Captain Ahab has failed to kill the white whale and got eaten by it, I guess. There's a big mess going on the middle left, on the middle right side of the map, and I don't know what's going on. But it seems to resolve itself that Peppa has been trying to attack Light Blue and Old Man, and didn't quite succeed there. Maybe he should go back to raiding, because that's apparently where he excels at. Probably because the pikes might yet not be fully upgraded in defense, so it might still be useful. In the meantime, the mines of the pirate ship, pirate gold reserves and everything else reserve has been taken over by Sokoru and partially Antoxa. And Captain Pirate has now relocated to call of its ship. Now he's the guy who cleans the poop deck. And Call of is charging into the army of Sokoru. Well, charge, or should I say, in the spirit of pirate, should I say, charge? Oh, excuse me for a second. And I'm back again. That was a bit of a distraction, but I'm back. Appears like Call of it and Toxa didn't quite want to battle each other, so they fell back. Appears like Vale is actually defeating Light Blue now. It looks like the Italian mercenaries of Vale are useful now. And Light Blue is actually burning down his own base, so he's taking some work off Valley instead of preventing him from dealing damage. He's killing himself. Can this Union Mike please shut up already? He's just annoying me at this point. If you are already a spectator, please don't disrupt the game by constantly writing. Even if you're some kind of union guy, it doesn't mean that you can just do what you want. That translates to everybody. NF, KRS, BA, GT, everybody probably knows that if you are a spectator, you have to shut up, I guess. And I bet that they know that. And even I shut up, but mainly because I'm talking to you, so why am I supposed to talk to the people in game? They want to talk to me, they talk to me, and then I can answer, but otherwise no. And Colorford is once more attacking the army of Sokolo and Toxa, who had Dragoons. Oh, this is not good. Now Pepper and Vale need to make a violent push at Old Man to lift this situation a little bit perhaps. Pepper is moving back some units, presumably to help Color. He's also producing some Dragoons in his direction. It's not enough though. Maybe. Maybe some siege Cossacks would help as well. Dragoons, mercenary Dragoons especially, are very weak against siege Cossacks. A gold mine explosion killed a few Dragoons. It appears like Leopard's Dragoons are finishing off the rest. But there's still no safety for Color, as Sokolov also has some siege Cossacks, not siege Cossacks, Dragoons. And there's a nice engagement from Pepper and Old Man, as well as Vale. They should take out this damn mine with their archers though. They are risking horrible damage by mine explosions. For some reason they lost. Old Man's pikes just seem to be unstoppable. It looks like they were barely scratched at all. He must have gotten Kuras upgrades. I think that Old Man had too many young men in his country and just went berserk from it, so he can kill the young men and have more old men. And Parrot is still alive, somehow with 4 peasants. No, 6. He's abandoning ship again. Call of it also abandoned ship. And now I think that Pepper is captain. And the next up is probably going to be Vale, who's going to be captain if he doesn't die from this apparently unstoppable army of old men. Probably pikes made out of steel, not humans, probably robots. But at least Pepper is managing to somehow, somewhat beat back Antoxa. No, not Antoxa, Sokolu. Well, and Antoxa. It's both of them, even though Antoxa doesn't have men in that area. I'm not sure if that's the case, if that's really what I think it is, but it looks like Antoxa took over Pirate's base. Which would make sense because he already has the buildings in his own base that are standing there. And Antoxa is saying delete. Maybe he wanted to say Delhi, but this is not India. if you want India or Delhi, please go to London. There's a lot of Indians. They can sing Tuna Tuna Tune. And they all explode, of course, because that's what Indians do, singing Tuna Tune. They explode into a bunch of water and somehow rematerialize. It's a weird time. I bet Color can agree to that. Captain Pepper is being raided by some dragoons, but that's not a problem, I think. Well, he lost most of his own dragoons. He kind of beat it, I guess. But that doesn't matter because there's a big army of Antoxa coming in, and oh, Valley managed to beat back Old Man. Or he fell back. I'm not sure what happened. I didn't look there for a while. And Call of Barrack is still going, so he can just go on and recapture the mines that have been built over his old mines. Now Valley is helping out Pepper with a bunch of dragoons, but falling back, of course. Too much firepower on the side of Antoxa. And Sokolu somehow managed to notice the attempted reconquest of the mines in Call of its base. Destroyed it. How about the second one? He did not notice it, but Cossacks are ignoring it. Now he just sent a medic. But oh shame, there's the big hammer coming in. And the hammerhead is going to smash right on top of these poor pikemen, I guess. Yep, that's them gone. And Beppa somehow captured Call of its old blacksmith because, no, not because before Sokolo reconquered it, re-conquered it. Okay, I guess. Now he's blowing up his last barrack. Oh, one of his barracks. He actually rebuilt one in Beppa's base for a higher cost. Okay, I guess. It also looks like Color has at least one or two or even two building upgrades. Looking at how the grenadiers are attacking the barrack. Though it might just be my imagination lying to me. Because barracks have a lot of health. Might just look like they're actually doing less damage than they actually are. Pepper is going to go attack. But Antoxa has at least one cannon, so that's... Oh, Pepper also has cannon. Does the right side have cannons? It doesn't look like it. In fact, Old Man doesn't even have an artillery depot. How about Valley? He doesn't either. I think that the artillery is on normal mode. I don't think it's expensive. Pepper is falling back, possibly leaving his cannons behind to get captured. Yes, they got captured. That's bitter. And he gets completely killed by dragoons, so that's complete waste of men there. But what's he supposed to do? Would have died either way. Probably equally devastating way. He destroyed 3 of his cannons, but another one got captured. So that's sad. I think at this point it's over. Even though Vale is trying to come in and help, I don't think that on any kind of term this is going to suffice. Even though the Captain Pirate has rebuilt to an extent. What do I say? Pepper is to the captain. As the original Captain Pirate has already sunk with the ship, this one is probably grabbing or holding tight onto some kind of driftwood that he found in the ocean. The classic, you know. A big peasant defense. But Antoxa is smart and falls back a bit. Multiple towers have been tried to build by Mappa, none of which have finished. Towers take a horrible long time to build. I don't really recommend trying to build any before a big siege. It kind of provokes the enemy to come even earlier if he sees it. And if the enemy has cannons, it's useless. He's just going to stand there and shoot them until they're dead. And there is Vale. And Pirate is also there. They have beaten back Antoxa and Sokolu with enormous losses. In the meantime, Old Man has managed to breach the gate of Vale and is now flooding in with a lot of men. While Vale has now no men at all ready to defend, and only some pirate men. Some of the leftover crew are there to defend, hopelessly. And Captain Pepper has left ship. Usually the captain goes down with the ship, but okay. Apparently this wasn't a good captain. Of course it's a good captain. But you know what I want to say. Oh, and Captain Pirate was the last one to be there, and that's it for today, thereby. So, yeah. Enjoy the day, and we'll probably see you tomorrow again. Don't know yet. We'll see how that works when it happens. And until then, well, thanks and adios.